الله أكبر الله أكبر. الله أكبر الله أكبر. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear brothers and sisters, the collections will now be made and our volunteers will be coming around, our sisters and brothers, and we ask that you contribute to us generously. May Allah bless you for your contributions. While the contributions are being made for the house of Allah, we just have a couple of things that we would like to remind you of. First and foremost, we said, all praise and all thanks are due to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, for it is from Him we came and it is to Him we shall return. And we ask that He send peace and blessings on the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, upon his family members and to all believers until the end of time, inshallah. My dear brothers and sisters, it's always glad to see each and every one of you who are coming out every Friday to join us for Jummah Salat. And again, we welcome each and every one of you. I know during the summertime, we do have a lot of people coming in to Toronto for holidays, and they normally come to TARIC for a Jummah. If there's anybody from away, we extend to them a special welcome to TARIC. We also want to welcome those of you who are online. And as usual, if you would like to make a contribution, there is a QR code that comes up on your screen. So please click on that, and you'll be able to make a donation to the House of Allah. If not, you can go to our website at www.taric.org, and there will be a donation button there. Just click on that button, and it will give you various options as to how you can contribute to the House of Allah. My dear brothers and sisters, just a couple of announcements. First and foremost, tomorrow, which is Saturday, June the 29th, we are having our Eid al-Adha dinner upstairs in the gym. It starts at 5:30 p.m. There are still some tickets available, and we ask that if you would like to get your tickets, please get that today. The prices are $25 for adults and $10 for kids, $10 for kids under 10 years old. These dinners that we have after the Eid is more one of a social nature, and we would really like for you to join us tomorrow and bring your families so that we can celebrate as a community at our Eid al-Adha dinner, inshallah. The summer camp, as you know, we have been talking about the summer camp, and that process is going on. Right now, all registration have been closed, and the administrators will be contacting those people as we go along as to the status of the applications, inshallah. That starts on July 8th. And one thing I'd like to ask from the brothers who can help us, after Jummah Salat, we would have to set up the gym upstairs for the Eid al-Adha dinner tomorrow. And if any one of you have the time who can step back and help Brother Bilal and the rest of them prepare the gym, we'd appreciate it. And may Allah bless each and every one of you for that. Today, our Khatib will be our dear Sheikh Dr. Abdullah Hakim. Quick. He needs no introduction to our community. He is one who has been here for a very, very long time. We now invite him to lead us in the Jummah Khutbah and the Jummah Salat, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا
الحمد لله رب العالمين والعاقبة للمتقين ولا عدوان إلا على الظالمين وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن دعا بدعوته واستنى بسنته إلى يوم الدين وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد فأوصيكم ونفسي بتقوى الله عز وجل والسمع والطاعة ويقول الحق سبحانه أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم ومن يتق الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا. All praises are due to Allah, Lord of the worlds. And surely the best reward ultimately is for those who have taqwa. And surely there is no animosity except for the oppressor. And I bear witness that Allah is one and has no partners, and that Muhammad, the son of Abdullah, is his servant, his last messenger. May Allah constantly send peace and blessings to Muhammad, to his family, his companions, and all those who call to his way and establish his sunnah to the day of judgment. As to what follows, I begin by reminding myself and you of the critical importance of taqwa, the consciousness of Allah, the quality, the feeling, the reality that there is one mighty in power. There is one who has control of all affairs. And Allah Azza wa Jal has revealed in his mighty book, and whoever is mindful of Allah, Allah will make a way out for him and provide for him from where he knows not. And whoever depends upon Allah, then Allah is sufficient. Surely Allah will reach his purpose. And he has made a limit for all things. O you who believe, as we come to the end of this Islamic year, we need to reflect upon the teachings of this year, not only from the book, but from the reality of life, the book of life, the things that are happening around us and changing so rapidly. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in his infinite mercy, has interwoven the revelation with the book of life. The book of Revelation is woven into the book of life. And what is special about this is that not only was it directly connected to the book of life in the time of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, but it is up until today directly connected to us. It's like Allah is talking individually to us, to our families, to our collective groups, to our nations. And Allah has told us very clearly in Surah Al-Talaq that if you have the consciousness of Allah, if you have taqwa, Allah will make a way out for you from where you know not. Some people's way out is dunyawi. They will escape something that is going on around them in this dunya. But other people's way out is directly to the akhirah. So some people caught in terrible conditions, having the consciousness of Allah, get a direct ticket to Jannah. They shift from a terrible situation, a child running with bombs surrounding the child, and then a flash of light, a pinch, and that child is running in a garden. And Allah made a way out for that child from where he or she knew not. And Allah tells us also, if we have tawakkul, if we depend upon Allah, ultimately, when everything is changing around us, that Allah will be sufficient. Because Allah will reach His purpose. Inna Allaha balighu amri. Remember this. Inna Allaha balighu amri. Whatever Allah has decided that will happen in this world, the dunya will have to go through changes until the purpose of the Creator is reached. And Allah ended this divine formula by saying, He has made a limit for everything. And so, surely there is a limit to torture. There is a limit for murder. There is a limit for forced displacement. There is a limit for genocide, the killing of children. It has to come to its conclusion. There is a limit to the genocides that we are seeing in front of us. Oh, you who believe, we are living in strange times. Who would ever believe that we would witness this ummah having over 2 billion people, huge armies, billions of dollars, great potential, and yet and still children crying out to help us, and we feel unable to do it? Who would ever think that we would witness something like this in our lives? Who would ever think that we would witness our nation having over 50% of the mineral wealth in this world under its lands, having youth, having key strategic positions in waterways, in mountain passes, on coastlines? But yet with this great wealth, there is also starvation, famine. Who would ever think that we would witness something like this? But the potential is still there. Never forget, our potential is there as it was historically in the past. We have reached dark moments as an ummah where it seemed like there was nothing left to live for. And then the conditions changed, our hearts changed, the conditions changed, and we rose. Our great potential is there, right underneath the lands of our countries. They destroy our country or try to destroy our country, but the country starts rising. They bombed Afghanistan, tried to destroy it, but now it is rising. The second largest lithium deposit in the world is in Afghanistan. And you need the mineral lithium to make the change into the electronic vehicles. This is the future. So the great potential is there. Our young people are changing. They're not like our generation. They're not taking any of this half-truth. They want to go forward. And so the potential is rising and rising and rising. But never forget that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us very clearly, Ya ayyuhalladhina amanu taqullah wal tandu nafsun ma qaddamat li ghadin wa taqullah inna Allaha khabirun bima ta'malun. Wa la takunu kalladhina nasullaha fa ansahum anfusahum. Ulaika humul fasiqun. Allah told us very clearly in Surah Al-Hashr, O you who believe, have the consciousness of Allah, and let every soul look to what it put forward for tomorrow and fear Allah. Surely Allah is well aware of all that you do, and be not as those who forgot Allah. And so He made them forget themselves. Surely they are the disobedient ones. And so in this divine formula, Allah shows us, if you forget me, if you forget Allah, He'll make you forget yourself. Your wealth will not go towards the poor and the needy. Your wealth will fund international sporting games and corrupt Western concerts and the drinking of alcohol and fornication and adultery. Your armies will not come to the rescue of the innocent, but to suppress their own people. So for this generation rising up, لا تكونوا كالذين نسوا الله فأنساهم أنفسهم. Do not forget Allah Azza wa Jal, no matter what is happening around us. And as we move toward the day of resurrection, as we move toward hectic times when things can change overnight, we are in a special time. The companions of the Prophet ﷺ, they knew that the messenger was given information like no other prophet was ever given before. Information that would lead this ummah in all conditions right up until the day of judgment. And Abu Zayd Amr ibn al-Akhtab radiallahu anh said, the messenger of Allah led Fajr prayer, and then he went up on the minbar. And he addressed us all the way until Dhuhr. Think about this. From Fajr all the way until Dhuhr. Nobody moves. And then he came down and he made Salatul Dhuhr, went back up on the minbar and addressed us all the way until Salatul Asr. And then he came down and made Asr, and he went back on the minbar and he addressed us until the sun set. He told us what was to come. And the most learned among us was the one who memorized the most. A'lamuna ahfaduna. He told us what would happen. And it was so vivid and so real, nobody could move. And so the signs, alamat as-sa'ah, many of these signs are with us. Some of the companions died with these signs. Some of the things written were destroyed, but many of the signs are still with us. And one of the companions whose knowledge fits our situation almost exactly, because times seem really difficult. His name was Hudhayfa ibn al-Yaman radiallahu anh. Hudhayfa was the keeper of secrets. He was a special companion. He knew the secrets. He knew the hypocrites, the munafiqeen. He knew their names. No other companion knew this. And he reports, he speaks about himself. And Hudhayfa says, كان الناس يسألون رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم عن الخير وكنت أسأله عن الشر مخافة أن يدركني. Hudhayfa said, the people used to ask about good things. but I would ask about evil things, so I would not fall into it. So this is the mentality now. He doesn't want to know just all the beautiful descriptions. He wants to know when the evil things happen, what am I going to do? What is it going to look like? That's the voice. That's the secrets that we need now. Hudayfa continues. فَقُلْتُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ إِنَّا كُنَّا فِي جَاهِلِيَّةٍ وَشَرٍّ فَجَاءَنَا اللَّهُ بِهَذَا الْخَيْرِ فَهَلْ بَعْدَ هَذَا الْخَيْرِ مِنْ شَرٍّ قَالَ نَعَمْ فَقُلْتُ وَهَلْ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ الشَّرِّ مِنْ خَيْرٍ قَالَ نَعَمْ وَفِيهِ دَخَلٌ. Hudayfa asked, he says, I asked, O Messenger of Allah, we were living in ignorance and evil. And then Allah brought this good to us. Will there be any evil after the good? The Prophet replied, yes. Then Hudayfa continued, and he said, will there be any good after the evil? And the Prophet ﷺ said, yes, there would be good, but it would be tainted. There'd be something wrong with the good. Now, most people would end the discussion there, not Hudayfa. Hudayfa was given permission to ask deeper questions. That's what we need right now. So Hudayfa continues, and he said, قُلْتُ وَمَا دَخَنُهُ قَالَ قَوْمٌ يَسْتَنُّونَ بِغَيْرِ سُنَّتِي وَيَهْدُونَ بِغَيْرِ حَجِّي تَعْرِفُ مِنْهُمْ وَتُنْكِرُ. So I asked, what will be its taint? He replied, a people who guide others to other than my sunnah. You will approve of some of their deeds and disapprove of others. Think about Islamic history. Leaders, they lead. You agree with some of them, but there's something wrong. There's something wrong with what they're doing because they're not bringing you to the sunnah. Hudayfa then continues, and he asks, فَقُلْتُ فَهَلْ بَعْدَ ذَلِكَ الْخَيْرِ مِنْ شَرٍّ قَالَ نَعَمْ دُعَاةٌ عَلَى أَبْوَابِ جَهَنَّمَ مَنْ أَجَابَهُمْ إِلَيْهَا قَذَفُوهُ فِيهَا. The Prophet ﷺ then, he was asked, and Hudayfa said, will there be, after this, I further asked, then will there be any evil after that good? And the Prophet ﷺ said, yes. Listen closely. He said, Du'atun ala abwabi jahannam. There would be callers at the gates of hellfire. Whoever responds to their call, they will throw him into the fire. Hudayfa wanted details. And he asked, Sifhum lana ya Rasulullah. Describe them to us. It's being described for us. And the Prophet ﷺ then described them, and he said, they will be from our people. And his actual words were, so you get the complete narration, Naam, qawmun min jildatina, yatakallam bi alsinatina. These people who will throw you into hell, they come from our people. They come from our race, our tribe, Jild. They speak our languages. Look at what is happening now. Some people in the Muslim world speaking our languages, looking like us. But if you answer them, you'll be thrown into the fire. Hudayfa wasn't finished. And then he continued. I further asked, قلت يا رسول الله فما ترى إن أدركني ذلك قال تلزم جماعة المسلمين وإمامهم. Hudayfa then asked, he said, I asked, so what do you order me to do if this reaches me? What do you order me to do? The Prophet ﷺ said, stick to the united body of Muslims and their leader. Hudayfa wasn't finished. فقلت فإن لم تكن لهم جماعة ولا إمام قال فاعتزل تلك الفرق كلها ولو أن تعد على أصل الشجرة حتى يدركك الموت وأنت على ذلك. رواه Muslim. Hudayfa then continued and he said, I further asked, what if they have, the Muslims, what if they have neither a united body or a leader? They have no imam. They have no unity. Then what do you say? And the Prophet replied, then keep away from all of those groups, even if you have to bite onto the roots of a tree until death reaches you and you are in that state. This was a complete answer for all the strange circumstances that may reach us. And biting onto the root of a tree when there's divisions that are going on, no leader for the Muslim world. Bite onto a root of the tree, the foundations, hold on to your faith. Hold on to your deen. Even if you have to go a little bit outside the city, but hold on to it until you die. And so if there is no Muslim leader, if there is no specific country, we continue being Muslim. We hold the line. Hold the line to your modesty, because there is somebody who wants to strip your clothes off. Live in Toronto in the next few days. Hold on to your prayers. Make them in the masjid if you can, but make it anyway. Even if you're not in the masjid, don't give up the prayers that Allah has given us, because that is direct connection with the Creator of the heavens and the earth. Hold on to halal living, your food, your business, your lifestyle, even your entertainment, because there's somebody who wants to take you off the path and destroy you in this life. Hold on to the masjids and the communities. Keep this alive. Don't let it go down. Hold on to the new masjids that are coming up in different locations. Keep them alive. And never forget the suffering of our people, no matter what distraction is put in front of us. Because every day there's hundreds of distractions put in. Never forget the suffering of our people, especially in Palestine, in Gaza, the suffering in Sudan, the suffering in those places. And there are many in the Muslim world where Muslims find themselves in famine, under the gun. Never forget them. Don't let the distraction hold you away from the true reality, because there is somebody who is planning to keep us blinded to the truth. But never forget that our Prophet ﷺ didn't just tell us about darkness, but he gave us light. And he said very clearly, and never forget this, no matter how difficult the circumstances may look. He said very clearly in authentic hadith in the end of this report on Abu Dawood, وَلَا تَزَالُ طَائِفَةٌ مِّنْ أُمَّتِي عَلَى الْحَقِّ ظَاهِرِينَ لَا يَضُرُّهُمْ مَنْ خَالَفَهُمْ حَتَّى يَأْتِيَ أَمْرُ اللَّهِ. A section of my ummah will remain victorious, unaffected by the falling away of others, until Allah, may He be glorified and praised, has issued His commandment for the movement of history. Hatta ya'tiya amrullah. Until amrullah comes. Remember, inna Allaha balighu amri. Until that time comes, there will still be ta'ifatun mansura. No matter if all of our governments go astray, there will still be, and there are still Muslims now on the ground standing, and they will not be defeated, even if everybody goes against them, until Allah decides between al-haq wal-batil, the truth and falsehood. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give us the patience and understanding to hold the line. May Allah give our families, our children, the ability to hold the line of their Islam. May Allah protect us from the corruption outside in this society. May Allah protect our children, our futures, from the destruction of the fire worshippers and the secularists. May Allah Azza wa Jal have mercy on the innocent children of the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah protect the dignity and the honor of the women of the Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah raise up strong men in leadership of this Ummah of Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. May Allah help enable our confused political leaders from darkness into light. And may Allah help us to be with them in the movement toward the light. That our last word would be kalima la ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Aqulu qawli hadha wa astaghfirullah li wa lakum wa li sa'iri muslimeen min kulli dhanbin istaghfiru innahu huwa ghafurur rahim. الحمد لله الواحد الأحد الفرد الصمد الذي لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد وأصلي وأسلم على سيد الأولين والآخرين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد فيا عباد الله اتقوا الله حيثما كنتم ويقول الحق سبحانه مخبرا وآمرا إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم على عبدك ورسولك محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وارض الله عن الخلفاء الراشدين أبو بكر عمر عثمان وعلي وعنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين الحمد لله الذي هدانا لهذا وما كنا لنهتدي لولا أن هدانا الله ربنا لا تزغ قلوبنا بعد إذ هديتنا وهب لنا من لدنك رحمة إنك أنت الوهاب اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين اللهم أعز الإسلام والمسلمين وذل الشرك والمشركين ودمر أعداء الدين وانصر عبادك يا رب العالمين اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين عباد الله يرحمكم الله إن الله يأمر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون قوموا إلى صلاتكم يرحمكم الله